My name is Nigel Kettley. I'm University Associate Professor in Education and Social Science and Academic Director for the Undergraduate Certificate in Politics. I've been studying and teaching in the field of politics for well over 30 years, and my particular interest and focus in political science is basically politics in the UK and looking at the way in which political ideologies operationalized by specific governments link into their economic policies and their social policies. So I've got a really keen interest in educational policy, the foundations of that in politics, and health inequalities and health policy, and how that plays out in the world that we're living in today. However, on the certificate in politics, you'll be exposed to a much broader range of political science thinking and studying. The undergraduate certificate in politics is an open access course. It has been especially designed for students returning to study to provide a rigorous introduction to the discipline, which is also flexible and supportive and allows students to come in, work together, and learn a new discipline at their own pace. So in terms of the content of the Undergraduate Certificate of Politics, it's a one-year course, it's taught remotely, and there are 3 units. The first unit, Power Politics and the Modern State, provides you with an introduction to key concepts and theories in political science. In particular, we're looking at what is power, what is ideology, what is the origin of the modern state, and what role does political ideology play, for example, in liberal democratic societies. In the second unit, States and Regimes, there's more of an emphasis on comparative politics, and we look at the nature of the formation of the state theoretically and empirically, both in Western European societies and in the global South. So we're really trying there to broaden your understanding of political processes and talk about things like authoritarian regimes. How do they compare to liberal democracies? What factors influence their survival and longevity or lack thereof over time? In the third unit of the undergraduate certificate in politics, we're really drilling down to liberal democracy in practice. So we're talking about the mechanisms of democratic societies. We talk about things like referenda, elections, the political party system. We talk about politics outside of the party system. For example, trade unions, pressure groups, the mass media, and their role in liberal democratic societies. And finally, we focus on, is liberal democracy in crisis? Which is a really appropriate question given what we're seeing in the world today. So overall, the course is trying to produce a firm grounding in political science, both as an academic discipline, theoretically and conceptually, but also methodologically, trying to get you to understand how political scientists actually study the world around them. The course is actually taught in a variety of ways. It's taught online with a mixture of live teaching sessions, pre-recorded sessions, activities, discussion forum, drop-in seminar sessions. And what we're trying to do there is build a community of practice where people globally can join the course and share their understanding of politics and their experience of politics. Who is the course for? Politics is actually, I think, an incredibly exciting discipline of interest to anyone who asks questions about power, the government, political ideologies, the global community. And it has a real power to enrich our understanding of our personal experience, but also allow us to develop academically and professionally. So Studying politics will allow you to develop a broad range of skills. Skills like digital literacy skills, critical thinking skills, the ability to assess evidence and political arguments. And of course, it's great for your employability. People who study politics have the opportunity to go on and work in policy-related matters, work for national, local government, voluntary work, civil service work, occupations in education, the media, business startups. The list is pretty endless. And there is that broad appeal of politics for employers precisely because it gives you key skills and key benefits. Most importantly, politics will allow you to assess evidence and look at political statements and assess their validity, drawing on the evidence. It will also allow you to become an active citizen, to engage in the world around you, to understand political processes, and think about how you might contribute to them. The world we live in is undergoing rapid political change. We see this at the moment both in Israel, the United States, Ukraine, Russia, and the undergraduate certificate in politics will help you understand those changes and develop transferable skills that you can bring to bear on those issues. So if you'd like to learn more about the undergraduate certificate in politics, please feel free to take a look at our website. Also look at the frequently asked questions section on the website. If you have any questions about the content of the course, teaching on the course, assessment, reading on the course, please feel free to drop me an email, and my email address is on the course website. I'd like to finish this brief session by basically encouraging you to think about applying for the course. Huge benefits accrue to our understanding of democracies, political actors, and political regimes from studying politics in a rigorous and systematic way. So do consider an application. Thanks so much.